I'm going to press play on this. Hopefully the sound's down low enough you don't have to hear it. It's because I'm going to press play on this little thing.
This is Debbie. Can I help you? Hello, Debbie. This is Sean Schwartz. I was supposed to be getting a call from Sean Hubert, and that hasn't happened yet. And also, there's some stuff with Russell that was supposed to be done, and it hasn't been done yet. And Marie Miller was supposed to give me a call back, and that was about 3 weeks ago, so I'm still waiting on that as well. Maria's on vacation for a few months. Okay,
That's right. Months. Obviously, the things that Marie Miller said were not true.
Is there someone else I can speak with? Just a second. Let me put you on hold for a second, okay? Yes, ma'am.
This guy almost seems like he doesn't understand the English language because he repeats the same thing to me. Despite the fact that he's wrong, he repeats it back to me like I'm retarded at least half a dozen times. Now that's going to annoy the shit out of everybody. I don't know very many people that would not get annoyed with that, especially when what I had spoken to about Marie Miller is definitely not the same things that he was saying. We've got that recorded. Then there's the phone call with Russell, which is also important information. But he runs with his assumptions, and even with new information, continues to push his same narrative. Even after discovering that the calls he was assured were made were not made, he continued to push it. Let's press play. And you get to hear me getting agitated to this guy because it was supposed to be Marie Miller or somebody at least higher up than Sean Hubert. You gotta love the elevator music.
Sean? Yes, ma'am. I'm going to transfer you to Sean for a moment, okay? Thank you, ma'am. All right, hold on. Hello, this is Sean Schwartz. Yes, Sean, how are you? I'm pretty horrible, actually. Things are going horrible, and I'm having to hurry up and wait for a bunch of stuff that was supposed to be done a long time ago. I've been going to you guys since 2022. It's 2026 now. The stuff that Russell was supposed to finish up with me, we said that you guys were going to take it seriously and give me a call back. That was January 20th. That was almost 3 weeks ago.
Sean, we try to make it very clear we cannot do anything about claims of abuse. All we can do...
Stop. I need to speak to somebody who's going to take this situation seriously, all right? I've been everywhere in this town since 2022. The fact that your staff members have taken part in this, yes, you do need to do something about claims of abuse. That's what mandatory reporter is. You do have to take accusations of abuse very seriously, especially if there is evidence of it, and there absolutely is. Now, instead of giving me a call back and saying that you weren't going to do it, you and her both ghosted me for 3 weeks now. This whole situation started in 2022, and I'm sorry that it got dumped on you, but the fact is that you've got people who are working there who are committing felonies, and not just against me. I am a disabled person. I cannot protect myself from this type of abuse. I cannot defend myself against this type of abuse, and it eats up a lot of my time and a lot of my resources, and then I'm sent back to you guys for you guys to do the same thing again that you guys did in 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. Now, no matter what excuse you make, the fact is that I should have been given a call back like I was told that I was going to get. That's number one. And number two, you are mandatory reporters, and Marie said that she was going to get on that and make sure that you guys take it seriously this time. And that was 3 weeks ago.
Sean, we did what we said we could do, which is to get you in touch with...
No, you didn't. You didn't. No.
And I'm going to pause that there because he didn't, first of all. He didn't. They don't take these accusations of abuse seriously. They are mandatory reporters. And they didn't get me in contact with the people that they claimed that they were going to. This is the thing, is that when I am forced to do this alone, this is what happens every time. And this is the thing that I was telling my so-called friends, all these people that I had helped out and shown the example of, you have to go in with the victim and you have to know what's going on with the victim. The first thing that the cops or any other mandatory reporter is going to do when the victim is a poor, broke person, especially if they're homeless and especially if they're male, is talk over them. Try to sell a false narrative over what the victim is saying. Try to make sure that only their words are heard, that the victim doesn't get to tell their story. Here's the problem with victims being interrupted and talked over by these people who say it's not their job. They're too busy saying it's not their job to realize whether or not it is something that's their job. They're too busy looking for excuses, and that's not okay. Can you imagine your daughter is raped and the police and all the people the police send you to, all they want to do is make a pretty little profit off of your daughter, but not do anything about the crime? It's insanity.
You didn't. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. All right? I have her recorded and I have you recorded. You are both recorded. They are recorded. I record every time I go in there because I get sent around in circles. Those of you who are mandatory reporters, which would be any of you who are considered social workers, and how many of you would that be?
Sean, all we can do, which is what we did, was put a call in the DHS. That's all we can do.
Sir, when it comes to people who are committing felonies where you work, yes, there is plenty that you can do. Like, do something about it. Take a look at the evidence instead of blowing me off and not giving me a call back for 3 weeks, forcing me to call you back again. Like, do you not see how much time is being wasted here for you guys just to have the same people still working there, still committing the same crimes against people? The other thing is how disrespectful it is to be told that I'm going to be given a call back, and I wait and I wait and I wait, and then I get told that this lady who's supposed to do something about it is on vacation for several months, not even in the state.
Sean, when you and I last spoke, I said that all we could do was have Russ get on the phone with DHS
spoken with Marie since then. I have spoken. Stop. I have spoken. Stop. I have spoken with Marie since then. I have spoken with Marie since then. First of all.
See, he's going out of his way to play stupid, pretend that he doesn't know nothing. Obviously, we can't get a hold of Marie to verify that I'm telling the truth, but I'm, of course, going to let him know I have the recordings, which I've already done. I've let him know that I've spoken to Marie since I spoke to him last. And, of course, here I'm explaining to him again that phone call with Russell was never made. Russell hung up the phone, said we were going to do it on Thursday, and still hasn't gotten back to it. There are the other things that need to be addressed, such as with my housing, right? I don't have housing. I'm living in a tent. That's what they want to keep pushing. But then, of course, there's the stuff with getting my disability money. In order for me to change that stuff back over, because it's in his name, and go into his email, now that I have an email that I can use for that, I need that changed back over. That requires Russell. Russell's phone number is the verification phone number. Russell's email is the verification email, which means in order to change my verification phone number or my email, he has to help. But that's something Sean doesn't want to hear either. He doesn't want to hear anything that I'm saying.
Second of all, Russell did not complete that call. He still hasn't completed that call. He told me he was going to do it the next Thursday. Well, the next Thursday turned out to be the Christmas, so you guys were on break. The next Thursday after that was after New Year's. I have spoken with Marie since then. Russell didn't complete any of that. There's also a lot of the stuff that Russell, when he was supposed to be my peer support worker months and months and months.
I do want to pause it there because, yeah, when I spoke to him last was all the way back in December. January 20th, that's a long time after December. I apologize for the helicopter going overhead. Weird sounding helicopter. Alright, so let's get back to this. Obviously, what Marie had spoken to me about in multiple calls was never discussed with Sean. And then she went on vacation. And what Russell was supposed to do, Russell didn't finish. I am dependent on Russell, and they're going out of their way to ignore that fact.
Ago that we got started, some of that stuff is in his email. His email address is what this stuff is sent to. So I am entirely dependent on Russell, and Russell is blowing me off too. So here's the thing, is that you can make any excuses that you want, but I am being harmed because of those excuses. I am being harmed because the things that I was told were going to happen have not happened, and I have spoken with Marie about this, and Marie assured me that you were both going to speak to me, and this was after you had come in there and had inappropriate interaction with that lady, God, what's her name? Melissa Hampton. Like that's not appropriate. It is not appropriate for her to be involved in this situation whatsoever. That's the thing about the mandatory reporter training, is that you guys are supposed to be trained in that stuff. Even if that person is your coworker, you have to turn it in. The other thing is, no, Russell did not make that call with me to turn it in. He absolutely didn't.
Sean, we have contacted DHS. And DHS has told us.
So he's just going to continue with his same excuse, the same bullshit. I don't even get to start giving him details about any of the crimes being committed. He's just going to keep trying to sell the same bullshit. He knows it's a goddamn lie. You guys get pissed off if Donald Trump does this, but local officials do this and you're fine with it. As long as it's happening to a homeless man, it's fine, isn't it? No, it's not. These are the services that are supposed to help us. Have I gotten housing? No. I never should have fucking done any of this stuff here. A crime was committed against me. The cops should have done their fucking jobs. That's what it comes down to. Instead, I'm sent to all these other places that are wasting my time, wasting my resources. How can I do any of this? I am so overwhelmed with everything that I have to do, and it's not fucking possible. Somebody who is physically able to do this stuff and was able to work wouldn't have the time to do it all.
They would not be investigating. Now, you're welcome to contact DHS, and all we can do is contact DHS.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
He's just going to talk over it.
See, there you go, making excuses. That's what you're doing. You are assisting your coworkers in committing felonies against disabled people. Jeff, this is serious stuff. You guys are taking money from government funds. All right, you can call yourselves a nonprofit all you want, but we fill out those pieces of paper every time we go in there, and you send those in and you get government funding so that people like What's Her Bucket can go on vacation for months at a time and not have any responsibilities during that period of time. And then it's on you. But then, of course, you're one of the people that I have to turn in because you've been doing this since day one, running me around in circles. What Marie had to say and what you have to say are not even close to the same thing.
Sean, I cannot be more clear.
I'm hearing you. I'm absolutely hearing you talking over me like I'm a fucking retard, and that's the problem. All right, this is inappropriate. All right, who can I speak to that's above your head?
Well, you can contact the state of Oregon, the Department of Human Services.
Let me get a pen out and I'll write this down. You got the number?
Let me find the number. The Oregon Department of Human Services number is 1-800-699-9075.
Now, the other thing is, all this stuff that I have recorded that you guys are supposedly telling each other, you're apparently not, because your information is very old. The other situation is the safety situation that has been created. Now, as far as Russell goes, and that call that you claim that he was going to make with me, he never made that call. That is not my fault. It is not my choice. And for me having to hurry up and wait just for you guys to make excuses for things that you didn't do. If you'd have been there, you'd know that he didn't make that call. You'd know that he hung up and said that we were going to do it on Thursday. But you weren't there. You came in to talk over me and leave. You didn't come in to listen. You didn't come in to understand. You didn't come in to do any of the things that Marie said that you were going to do the first time. And I've spoken to her at least twice since then.
My understanding is they have made the call.
Well, your understanding was wrong, and that's what I've had to try to explain repeatedly. Instead, I get talked in circles and told it's always somebody else I gotta talk to. I gotta call this place, I gotta call that place, I gotta call the ODHS, I gotta call Adult Protective Services. Oh, this needs turned into the police. Well, you guys all work together with the police. You guys work together with the police to commit these felonies. Now, you may not have been doing so to begin with, but at this point, the amount of abuse that I've had to endure since getting out of jail and being sent back to CARE, with the attorneys that I had sending me to CARE, despite the fact that those public pretenders were aware that I've been trying to turn in CARE since before I was arrested, because they were doing the same things before. I've got recording after recording after recording of physical assaults against me that I tried to turn in to the police and to c.a.r.e. and got sent around in circles. And instead of people saying, oh, well, it's not our job, why don't we figure out why it is that it's nobody's job? Because obviously it's somebody's job to investigate that abuse. Obviously a physical assault is something that needs to be taken seriously. Obviously somebody's life being threatened is something that needs to be taken seriously. Being stalked is not, just a joke. It's serious business.
I tried to convey that I understand your challenges, that what you are talking about are police matters. And I think you are failing to understand that c.a.r.e.
No, I'm not failing to understand any of this. What you are failing to understand is I am disabled. The police send me.
Oh, it fucking died. God damn it. Well, we'll post this up for now. I hate posting up just part of it.